Disadvantages may come across with this kind of topic, especially in school. Some people believe that cross-dressing is highly immoral because it is messing up God's creation. They believe that it is bad for the community as it destroys the norms of the society. Another thing is, people who cross-dress are most likely to be discriminated because they do not meet other people's standards of men and women. It can also confuse the person on what he or she really wants. It will lead to confusion and questions that should not be happening in the first place. According to an article, if you are discovered as a cross-dresser, you could lose your family, you could lose your career, and there are a lot of risk factors involved for some. Cross-dressing can really complicate your life, and you'll frequently feel a sense of complete isolation from others. There is a lot of preparation involved in cross-dressing. For example, how do you as a man go to stores to try out women's clothing? It can be a huge distraction to your useful life. So my take from this is that cross-dressing may have a negative impact to students who want to cross-dress inside and outside the university. Aside from getting bullied, cross-dressing can really complicate the student's everyday life because not everyone in the society is open to this kind of conversation. If a student wants to speak up, he or she can get a lot of negative comments or getting laughed at publicly.
So, hello everyone. I'm Daryll Fajardo, and I will be discussing about a long hair for men and what is the advantage and disadvantages of having a long hair for men. So, majority of the men preferred having a short hair, or in school terms, they called it a clean cut, uh, because short hair on men has been a symbol of masculinity in the West for hundreds of years, uh, including men's in military. Uh, Men's had military cuts for its functional reasons. It prevents lice and fleas while spending days in the trenches, or preventing them from shaving it so their enemies couldn't use their hair as a weapon. In some countries, they have their own beliefs, including on Native American tribes, many of which believed long hair was a symbol of honor and strength. And if they cut their hair, it's a sign of submission for them. So, what is the advantages of having a long hair for men? So, compared with the usual short and typically masculine haircut that most men have, long hair is a lot more versatile when it comes to styling. You simply have more hair to work with, meaning more opportunities to try it out, different different styles. People find men with long hair attractive. You will essentially get multiple haircuts in one. Um, for people living in colder climates, long hair can be an added protection against the cold during winter. So that is the advantages of having a long hair on men. So here is the disadvantages of having a long hair for men. If you have a long hair or plan to grow it out, you'll need to commit to a proper hair care routine in order to keep it looking beautiful and healthy. So, and it takes a lot of dedication to grow out long hair. This involves using shampoo, conditioner, and occasional hair mask, as well as shaving your hair trimmed on a regular basis. Long haired people spend their time longer in shower compared to the people having a short hair. Making sure it's completely wet shampoo before shampooing twice or three times to cleanse the scalp. Slathering on a ton of conditioner and before then rinsing off the conditioner. So that's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joshua R. Permejo and I'm going to discuss what is hair color and what is advantage and disadvantage of hair color in the school. First, what is hair color? Colorful hair is both edgy and gorgeous, and it's even more so when the pigments have a profound message behind them. Hairstyle can be any color combination including natural blondie, brown, or red, as well as unusual colors such as pink, blue, green, or purple. It's adaptable, customizable, and works with most long and medium hair length. So now, let's proceed to advantage of multicolor hair. What is advantage of multicolor hair? First and foremost, there is no solid evidence linking academic achievement to hair color. The colors dyed on the student's hair do not cause the brain to malfunction. In truth, hard work, good study habits, and healthy lifestyle are more important element in achieving excellent grades. It promotes self-assurance and originality, both of which desirable attributes in life. What's the harm in being stopped for a second to think about how cool their peer hair look? Distractions are unavoidable and no one can control what another person is thinking. Rather than being concerned about the potential for distraction by colorful hair, schools should advocate for their pupils and their distinct personalities. What is the advantage of multicolor hair? Hair coloring while in the school has the potential to create a social barrier between kids. The, the teacher believes that school is a place where all students for different socioeconomic background can be receive a equal education. The school rules were created to provide a comfortable and equitable learning environment for all children by requiring all pupils to wear a same dress code and even prohibiting the wearing of showing jewelry. Students who color their hair have more serious attitude issues than those don't, according to study which also found that this attitude needed to change when the students were in high school. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Daniel Gigante. Should tattoos and skin piercing be allowed in PNC? Tattoos are a great way to express yourself and increase your self-confidence. This beautiful works of art can turn your body into a canvas that tells your story to the world. Unfortunately, some professions do not allow tattoos or look at those with tattoos in a negative way, such as in teaching. When teachers have tattoos, if you are considering a career in education, it is important to remember that many school systems in the United States do not allow teachers to have tattoo or to only have a limited number of them. Some schools do allow teaching staff or school leaders to have tattoos as long as they are not visible. There are actually no proven reasons why educators should not have tattoos and how body art can negatively affect children. In fact, most children do not seem to notice body art or simply find them interesting, versus negatively seeing them. The positives of educators having tattoos can outweigh any negative that may be considered. We live in a world where self-expression is more important and accepted than ever before, which makes accepting this from early age important. By keeping individuals who do not fit the norm out of the classroom, most school systems are doing students an injustice. One of the biggest reasons many school systems do not allow tattoos is because of the negative views they expect from their parents.
Good day, sir. I'm John Kerwin Caballes, and I'm going to discuss about skin piercing. Skin piercings are considered the most fashionable form of the body modification. Ears and nose piercing have been around for centuries. But how you can also see some people getting their lips, tongue, cheeks, eyebrows, belly button, and nipples pierced. Earlier, body piercing were done as part of religious practice, but it has changed dramatically. Most of the youngsters consider it chic, cool, and appealing. So what is the cons of piercing? Cons of the piercing. One of the cons is ear piercing are the most common and doesn't cause a lot of health hazard, but those done on lips or tongue or belly button may result in fatal infection. The jewelry metal usually used for piercing is nickel, and some skin may be allergic to this metal to metallic reaction which cause infection. You may face other issues which might include bleeding, tissue trauma like scarring, skin tissue tears, for example, torn or earlobe, or brushing. It is estimated that as many as 20 to 25% of the people who have body piercing have one of these issues. Tetanus can occur from any skin injuries, so tetanus vaccination should be up to date before piercing on the body is done. So what is the pros of skin piercing? The reason why many of us get piercing in the first place is simply that they look fashionable and we think we like the way they look. We admire them on other people and we wish to be those people. We think in a certain way or feel a certain way with a lip ring or belly ring. Skin piercing is less permanent than tattoos. Tattoos are a huge commitment and should be considered with much regard and caution. And while piercing should be taken seriously as well. There are a lot of less permanent body modification. If some point that you decide that you don't want the piercing anymore, you can simply take out the jewelry and let the hole close up. They can also taken out once they healed for work or job interviews. It can be like you're living with a double life.